Happy Friday, my purple banditos, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Glazed. I'm PurpleRodri. Last time, we caught a bunch of legendary Pokemon, and in today's episode, we are going to continue on with the legendary hunting. Now, we are back here at the Peaks of Alpha. We are going to have to make our way all the way back to the top, where we last saw Pius taking on Regina, because that's where we're going to find the Lake Trio. Now, I want to make sure that we catch the remaining Sinnoh legendaries, and I'm going to be leaving the Hoenn legendaries for last, as those are some of the toughest ones. Now, one of the things that I want to show you guys inside of this cave is this little area over here. There doesn't seem to be much, but I want you guys to keep in mind that entrance to the right. So let's continue moving on. Let's see if we can just make our way to the peak. Hopefully we can just climb back up there very quickly. We learned our way there last time, so we should be okay. Every time I come up here, it is so cool. You're just looking down at the forest below you. It's almost like being on a plane. When I was flying on a plane just to come back here to Chicago just a little bit ago, every time I just look out the window and I see these cities and I see these clouds, it's almost like I'm dreaming. One time, I believe it was when I was coming back from El Salvador, I just saw all these clouds and it just looked like a sea of clouds, and I can't tell you guys how beautiful it actually was. Now, we are back where we need to be. Call me crazy, but it looks like an ancient keyboard. Now, this is something that we actually ran past before. It's an ancient keyboard where we can put in a little puzzle. It's just a little puzzle for us up here. So we're gonna go ahead and put in the keyword, the password, which is going to change that entrance that I showed you guys at the beginning. So we're going to type not alone. Make sure that you type this in exactly as I did. And with that, guys, we should have triggered it. What was that? Okay, so as you guys saw, there was a little bit of a shake, and that opened up an entrance at that cave where we first saw, and that's going to give us access to Deoxys. So we will be going after Deoxys later on, but I wanted to make sure that I told you guys where it was located and how to go about catching it. There's still a lot to go, so that's not all we have to do for Deoxys, but we'll find that out soon enough. Now, we made it to the top there, engravings in the stone, Acumen, Virtute, and Veritatum. Press your hand against one. We're just gonna choose the first option, and this should take us to our first legendary Pokemon. Huh? And there we have it, guys. So very cool. We have our first Lake Trio, a swirling vortex. This is how the world began, and through the mist Arceus came. From when or I do not know. Here we go. Rodri versus the first of the Lake Trio. Let's go ahead and take on Uxie, level 75. We're just gonna throw a Master Ball at it so we can catch the other two. Now, all three of the Lake Trio are going to be located up here, which is really cool. I've noticed that pattern where they've just been linking the trios together, and that's something that I really like. I think it's quite a bit annoying when you have to run around and find these Pokemon just across the whole region when they could just simply be together like they usually are. With that, we're gonna go ahead and give this Uxie a nickname. I'm just gonna call it something really simple, I think I could say. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this Pokemon Ux. With that, Ux has been transferred to the PC, and let's go ahead and catch the second one then. So these are really simple. You just have to come back and click the next of the engraving. So we're gonna go with Virtute, and that will lead us to the next Lake Trio. Now, as I said, I hope you guys are having a great Friday. I've been having a really good week. Honestly, I got a lot accomplished. I'm going to be heading back to El Salvador very soon because I actually have a lot of things that I need to take care of there. So I'm just making sure that I wrap everything up that I need to here. I just love being here in this area. I love being in Chicago. The weather is so nice. I love getting to just drive around and feel the breeze on your face. I think it's those little things that can really change your day. If you're ever feeling bad, just go for a drive. Just feel a little breeze on your face. Or maybe just go for a walk or see some of your surroundings. See a little bit of nature, and I can't tell you how much better you will feel. If I'm ever feeling a little bit down or anything of that sort, that's definitely something that is very uplifting. I don't know what it is. Maybe just driving around, just having a little fun, you know, it definitely, it can change your attitude. So I think it's something really cool that it's good to do. I've been trying to get out more, try to just explore a little more, see new places that I haven't seen, since I feel like I haven't really explored this area too much. So I've just been learning a little more about it, learning where some parks are, where some things are located, and that's what I like doing. You know, I think it's very cool to know a little bit about your town. I also think it's great to explore around and and get lost once in a while. I gotta tell you guys, there's been times when I've gone to cities where I don't really know anything about the city. I might be there for like a week. Who knows? Maybe I'll be there for a few days, and I like to sometimes just go for a walk downtown in this random city, and make sure you're careful, of course, but just walk around and explore, and I think it's really cool to get lost. Sometimes, you know, it's fun to get lost. You don't know where you're going until you get lost. That's sometimes how life is. I think that's life in general, you know? It's not just getting lost in the city and finding your way through it, but you can also do that with life. That's actually a pretty cool thought. Well, you know, if you get lost, it's probably gonna lead you to somewhere. That's all it is. With that, we caught Mesprit, though. We're gonna go ahead and give this guy a nickname. And now we're just gonna go ahead and finish off the lake trio. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this Pokemon, we're gonna call it Spree. With that, Spree has been sent to the PC. It looks like we've wrapped up the lake trio, though. That was really easy. So let's go ahead and make our way to the next Pokemon. Now, guys, we're back here in Violet City. We need to just exit out of here. One of the things that you need before going after this legendary Pokemon is to make sure that you have Roar on one of your Pokemon. So, good thing for me, I've already gotten ahead and taught Roar to Zuko Jr. That's the cool thing about having so many Pokemon that you can just go ahead and throw your moves on whoever you want. You don't have to worry about it too much. Let's go ahead and find the guy that I'm looking for, though. The reason I have Roar is because we need to find some guy that is sleeping around here, and we need to wake him up. So this is a little bit of a side little quest, little adventure. We're gonna go ahead and use Roar on this guy then, and he's probably going to be a little bit angry, honestly. So Zuko Jr. used Roar, and we will see what this guy has to say. Can you keep it down? I'm trying to take a nap. All right, let's battle this guy. Let's wake him up a little bit. Let's show him what our team's about. His Pokemon are going to be probably, oh yeah, level 50, much lower level than ours. It would almost be nice if they could actually train up some of these Pokemon we're going up against, just to give us a little bit better XP, because I know that we do still have a lot of training needed to get our Pokemon close to 100, I would say, before a couple more battles. So if these Pokemon around this area could just, you know, if the trainers could just train up a tiny bit, that would be really, really awesome. Sorry about that, I get grouchy. Here, take this. So with that, guys, we obtained the Lunar Wing, and the Lunar Wing is what's going to let us access this legendary Pokemon. So I'm very excited to find out how exactly this is going to work. I'll go ahead and meet you guys where we need to be. Okay, so we are in Cape Azure, and it is here that we are going to be going after Cresselia. So let's go ahead and make our way inside of the Azure Inn. If you guys remember, here at the Azure Inn, last time we came and talked to this guy, he was charging us like $1 billion Poké Dollars, so it was really, really expensive. There was no way we were gonna afford this room, but now that we have the Lunar Wing, he's actually offering us a room in exchange for it. So hey, the Lunar Wing, we might have just given away $1 billion Poké Dollars, but hey, this room might just be worth it. And yeah, this looks quite nice. It looks like we're living in style these days. We finally got ourselves a nice little sink. We got a TV over here. I'm not even gonna get you started on this comfy bed. It's huge. It looks comfy. Let's take a rest on the bed. Whoa, what is this? You just have to take this in for a moment because of how beautiful this area is.
I am Cresselia, the bringer of good dreams, and I know who you are, Rodri. I've seen all the dreams you have, and such grand dreams they are. It has been a privilege to meet you. I know you want to battle me. As the bringer of good dreams, it is not my place to deny it. Capture me if you will. I have already accepted it.
Whoa, here we go, Rodri versus Cresselia. So let's go ahead and take on Cresselia, and this is one of those areas in the game where it just took my breath away. For a second there, I had no idea where I was. It was just so magical. And that's what I love about this game. That's what I love about Pokemon, that it can just take you away from everything for a little bit. With that, we went ahead and caught Cresselia, and we have done it, ladies and gentlemen. We caught the dream Pokemon, so the lunar Pokemon, and now that is just beautiful. It's nice to see Cresselia up here. I like how Cresselia talks about our grand dreams too. I feel like we all have grand dreams, something that we want to reach, some goals, something, you know, that we want to achieve, and I think that's really cool that Cresselia can see into that. We're gonna call this Pokemon Sweet because of sweet dreams. So if that makes a little bit of sense, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here then, and it seems like Cresselia is going to send us back down to Earth anyways. And I gotta tell you guys, that was one of the coolest Pokemon encounters I think I've had. That was one of the most awesome encounters I've had the chance to see. So is there anything left inside of this hotel room or what? Why were people paying like $1 billion Poké Dollars to stay inside of this place? I mean, you could catch an amazing Pokemon like Cresselia, so I guess that makes a bit of sense. But he has gone ahead and just given us room 201. With that though, let's go ahead and make our way to the next place. So we're here in Palm Tree Resort, and the cool thing about Palm Tree Resort is that it has a little area called the VIP Villa. Inside of this villa, you know, those higher up trainers come and just relax. Hey Rodri, thanks for coming to visit me. It's a different life being retired from the league, but at least it's relaxing. Darkrai seems agitated too. I've never seen it so on edge, it's so weird. Huh, Darkrai, you've never come out of your bowl on your own before. Is something wrong? What are you doing, Darkrai? Darkrai! So with that, we have appeared in what seems the opposite of Cresselia's area. This is a little bit scarier. I felt it recently. My connection to Cresselia felt off. I know you're responsible. Did you hurt Cresselia? If you so much as harmed her, I'll make your worst nightmares come true. I should know better. Cresselia, do you know how hard it is to be the bringer of nightmares, Rodri? People begin to fear you. There's no room in people's hearts for a monster like me. It's dreadful. Then Blake came along and showed me compassion. While people might reject me, I experienced the love of a trainer. I understand that Cresselia must have brought herself to you of her own accord, as I did to Blake many years ago. You were an excellent trainer and a good friend. Please, take this. It's all I can offer you. With that, guys, we have gone ahead and obtained an egg. Now, inside of this egg, there is going to be a little Darkrai. It's the only one I can create by myself. I would also appreciate it if you didn't discuss this with Blake. It's, well, just promise, please. I'll return to reality now. Rodri, what on earth? What happened to you? Are you hurt? Tell me what happened. Oh, I see. Darkrai wanted to show you his dimension. You said, okay, well, I'm sorry for being shocked. Well, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to, well, think over your experience. Come visit me whenever you clear your head. Sounds good? Again, sorry for all your craziness. Okay, so with that, we have gone ahead and obtained a Darkrai egg. So it seems that it has been sent to our PC. I don't really know where the egg is, so it's not in our team. It's maybe, there's no way it's an item. That would be definitely a little bit strange. So the Pokemon must have been sent to our PC. It is a little Darkrai egg, so it's kind of cool. If you guys want to go ahead and hatch it, it'll turn into a Darkrai, so it's very cool to see that Pokemon. Now, let's go ahead and just check out the PC. I want to double check, make sure that we obtain the Darkrai egg, so we don't have to be worrying about that some more. Let me go ahead and just check it out. And look at all of our Pokemon. Oh my goodness. So there's the Darkrai egg right next to Cresselia. And I think it's also very cool that Cresselia and Darkrai had something between them. Now with that, guys, let's keep it going. Okay, so we're here at Southerly City, and if you guys remember, Southerly City, this is actually where we found Kuza. Now, we need to cross the Espo clearing and make our way back into the forest because we are going to be finding another little legendary in here. Now, this one is actually really, really cool. I thought that there would be something here, but when I first ran through this area in this game, I didn't really know much about it. I'm realizing a lot of that now, that there's areas that we crossed at the beginning of this adventure that had little signs in it or places where you can enter these codes or just little closed off areas that we didn't have access to. And now that I'm realizing it, I'm seeing it more and more that we're using these areas, and it's really awesome to see that. So it says, would you like to write something on the wood? We are going to go ahead and write a message. So we're going to go ahead and just scratch something onto the wood, and this is what's going to help us to find another legendary Pokemon. So we're just going to go ahead and type in thank you, and hopefully this will allow for a Pokemon to maybe feel, you know, happy that we're thanking it. So with that, let's type in thank you and see what happens. We finished scratching the words into the wood. Whoa, a clearing appeared in the brush ahead. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our way into the brush then. And very cool. As I said, little hidden areas that we've passed by before. Did you guys just see that? There was a little Pokemon running around in this. All right, let me see if I can find it. I know this is what the puzzle was going to be. I know this Pokemon walks the opposite of you too.
Dang it, you found me! Did you enjoy my little puzzle? What do you mean it's a blatant ripoff of Muse? Well, technically it is Muse. I'm just borrowing it. Lots of gratitude around here, and I do enjoy gratitude. So, did I hear you say you weren't gonna catch me? Oh dang.
Here we go, Rodri versus Shaymin. So let's go ahead and take on Shaymin. And that's awesome. This little guy's got a personality on him. So let's go ahead and catch him. I also like the fact that even he said, he's like, oh, this is Muse Maze? No big deal. Oh yeah, you know, this is just kind of what happens. So that's very cool to see. Let's go ahead and throw the Master Ball then. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone ahead and caught Shaymin. So, another legendary Pokemon in the bag for us. We've been doing really good today. We've actually caught a bunch of legendaries. As I said, I wanted to make sure that we caught as many legendaries as I could from Sinnoh, because that's kind of what I wanted to make sure we finished off today, so that next time we can actually catch all the ones from Hoenn. With that, we're going to call it I don't know. Just Shaymin. And let's go ahead and get out of here then. Make our way to the next place. Okay, so we're here in Evergreen Town, not to find a legendary, but to obtain an item that's going to let us find a legendary Pokemon. So we're going to go ahead and talk to the Surfin' Races lady here, and she's going to let us just surf around with our magical legendary Goldeen, which I don't even know which way I'm supposed to go. Okay, this was not right. Let's take this one then. This is looking a little bit... This has a lot of potential. This is looking a little bit better. Finish. Okay, so we got second place. Well, we obtained a nugget. I'll take the nugget, but we actually needed to get first place in order to obtain the item that I wanted. So we're going to have to go ahead and challenge her again. At least we know the way to make it through the race this time, so I think we'll be a-okay. All right, here we go, guys, with the magical Goldeen, and I like how everybody just magically disappears as soon as the race starts. So who knows how much of a head start we actually gave them, but it's definitely much needed if we're still being placed first. With that, we got first place, we got first prize, we obtained the Sea Jewel, and the Sea Jewel is what's going to allow us to go ahead and find Manaphy. So Manaphy is the legendary Pokemon we're going to look for. Let's go ahead and actually make our way to the Palm Tree Resort then, and it's here in the Palm Tree Resort that we need to do a little bit of surfing. We're gonna have to go back to where Palkia was, and it's around that area that we should find the Manaphy. Make sure you guys have Dive on hand as well. It's something that you're going to need. So let's go ahead and check this place out. We haven't been here for a good little bit. Hopefully the ocean's calmed down a little bit, and that we can find this Manaphy. So I believe we are supposed to head to the left past the cave where Palkia was. So that's where Palkia was at, I am pretty sure. So Manaphy should be somewhere around here. Make sure you guys keep a lookout for this Pokemon, and there it is. So very cool. It just dove inside. All right, so let's go ahead and dive as well and go after this little Manaphy. You're going to need Dive and Rock Climb to go after this Pokemon, and I need that as well. But as I told you guys, good thing I have Zuko Jr. and the rest of our amazing team that I can just teach this to pretty much any of them. That's the great thing about having 12 Pokemon ready to use whenever you want them, that you can have a pretty good variety of moves on them. So we're gonna get rid of Roar. We'll teach Zuko Rock Climb. Once again, these aren't permanent moves. These are just moves that I'm teaching our Pokemon for now. And let's go ahead and see if we can find the little Manaphy underwater then. Every time I come underwater, it just pumps me up.
Oh no, you found me! Manaphy!
So let's go ahead and take on Manaphy then. Here we have it, guys. Manaphy level 50. We're just gonna throw another Master Ball at it. I'm just really glad that we found this little guy. I wasn't too sure how to find this Pokemon, so make sure that you guys do get that jewel. It's something that you need. You won't be able to find Manaphy without it, so you won't see it diving down, and this cave will look completely different. With that, Manaphy was caught, so very cool. Let's go ahead and give this little guy a nickname. I'm gonna call it... Oh, why? Oh, yeah, by the way, he's also based on like a Mr. Mime sprite or something. So if he looks like a Mr. Mime in your PC, you might take a guess why. We're gonna go ahead and call this Pokemon Fee, and with that, Manaphy has been transferred to the PC. Looks like we're done here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually very glad that we are finishing things up here for today. So we've caught almost every single legendary from Sinnoh, except one, if you guys could think of who it is. Other than that, we've pretty much wrapped things up with Sinnoh legendaries. Next time, we'll continue on and go after Hoenn's legendary Pokemon, because that's all about we have left. Only Hoenn's legendaries are left, and then we should be about good. So leave me some tips and some comments. Make sure you give this video a like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.